Thank you all for joining our SONAR Webinar 101. My name is Christine Fumero. I'm with the Customer Success team here at FreightWaves, and I'm going to help you guys understand how to tap into the power of SONAR. This SONAR 101 webinar is designed to show you how to navigate and use these tools and functionally with SONAR. We will have a live question and answer at the end of the session, so please feel free to input any questions you have into our Q&A tool on this webinar, and we'll be sure to get with them at the end of the demonstration. And if you would like a deeper dive into understanding the power of SONAR data sets, we'd be happy to set you up with a dedicated session for you and any other users at your company. All right, to start off, I'm going to talk about the global pages. These are pages that are set up by FreightWaves employees. It's either something that we have released recently, whether it's new data or something that's going on that's important in the market. You are not able to edit or change these pages. You are able to copy them. If you go down here to your My Pages and you see this little pencil with the edit pages, go ahead and click on it. And you can go ahead and click any single one of these global pages for you. You click here with the double rectangle copy box. The screen's going to reload, and that dashboard is going to populate into your My Pages. From here, you're able to customize this dashboard. You can add or delete widgets however you would like. We also have a page sharing function. So if you wanted to send something out to the users within your company, you'd be able to do that by clicking on this little box with the arrow coming out. And it's going to give you a share link that you're able to send through email or chat to whichever SONAR user you want to use in your company. So going down here to the My Pages, this is where you're able to customize your own dashboards, gives you ability to stay super organized, whether you're wanting to do it in regions or by customers. So you just come down here to the edit pages, move directly above to add pages, and you can name it. I'm just going to name this one 101. Go ahead and add. And it's going to take you to a blank screen. Before I go into the widgets, I just wanted to go over a couple of the features that we have over in the top right. This double bubble is our moderated chat function. This tool is really great. It gives you the ability to not only chat with people at FreightWaves, but also SONAR customers. So if you are wanting to get a look into a market and ask how other people are feeling, you're able to do so. You will be populated with a number. We want to keep you guys anonymous, and if you guys want to, you can change that. But anybody that has a letter is a FreightWaves employee. So you can ask questions, you can talk to our market experts in here, reach out to myself and Jessica and the customer success team if you have any issues. This next one is our Orca SONAR Sue. This is where we release new information that we're going to be releasing. So as you can see on September 15th, we released some information about fleet counts and maritime. These are all stored here, so you can go back in time. We also, when we release new features, we will go ahead and put a video in there. So if you wanted to watch that, you're able to. And they go all the way back from our first SONAR Sue back on October 14th, 2018. Our next feature is our market insight and research. It's a little light bulb up top. This is where we house all of our daily watches, our deep dives, our market insights, and research papers. This is a really great feature for you guys to be able to have. It really gives you an in-depth look into what's going on in the market. If you wanted to, you can hit this preview for the daily watch, and you're able to actually download this as a PDF, so you could print it out or send it to whoever you'd want to in your organization. This next one is the My Sonar tools. This is where you're able to upload your own custom indices, like your own volumes or rejections, to compare with what we have in Sonar. And we also have the My Map layers. This is where you're able to upload custom locations. And I will get into that a little bit deeper when I start going over the map pieces. This last one is our question mark. This is our knowledge center. When you click on it, it's going to take you into a separate window. This is a really great place for you to be able to get started as well as learn more in the indices. When you click that getting started, it's going to go over basic navigation features. And we also have the indices. These are organized in the same categories that you will be able to toggle through on the chart features. And every single index that's under that category. So if I scroll down here to the market volume insights, I click on head haul, it's going to explain to you what it is, who's interested in what it does. We also provide you with the tickers. So I'm going to go back down to that page that I just built. Named a 101. Clicking back on it, it's going to take you to that blank page. When you're ready to add your own custom widgets, you go up to this top right-hand corner where this blue plus sign is, and it's going to give you a drop down of all the widgets. So to start off, we'll go over the RSS news feed. This gives you options to see all of the different types of transportation news categories. We have finance, technology, Sonar. You're able to click all of those, whichever ones you want. And we also have a scrolling mode that's available. So when I click save, you're able to see all the news articles that came out, that the topics I clicked on. And if I hover over the news story that I wanted to look into, it will stop the scroll and you can click on it. It will pop up into a different tab. Next one is the social media. This is where you're able to filter out all those Twitter stories that are not relevant. So these are only with the categories that you want. You can see we got 3PLs, DOT, diesel, and we also have the Twitter feeds broken out as well. If you go down here to the little gauge, you're also able to do a scrolling mode. So it's the same feature as the RSS. They're going to be scrolling through. When you toggle over them, they're stopped. The last one is the calendar. You're able to put on your US holidays along with the news and our perishables. Sorry, it's taking a second to load. And you can see these have a ton of different stories. If I click on 17th, it says we got 68 more, but it says peak halibut season. All right, I'm going to go into our map. When you add the map widget, it's going to be completely blank. We are partnered with DAT, so this map is broken out into 135 markets using that 3-digit zip. I'm going to go over these tabs over here. This first little calendar one is where you're able to go back and view the data and historics. So you could go back to last month if you wanted to see the 14th of August. This next one is the My Map Layer feature. This is where you're able to go in and add your own locations. So Pilot and Flying J provided us with all of their locations. So, and when I click on them, you can see they give us little bubbles. You can see which market it is exactly. So this would be a good thing for you to be able to use if you want to do customer locations. You would be able to upload them yourself by hitting this little blue pencil. And you go to this upload new map file, and it gives you the format that you would need to put it in. When you upload these, the group that you put them in will be all grouped together. So if you're wanting to color coordinate them, just be aware that your one grouping is going to be one color. Add your second grouping for the second color. The next one we're going to get into is a critical events page. This measures weather threats that might pose a risk to a potential asset. Our asset groups are airports, canals, ports, railroads, and refineries. So that gives you a scale of 1 to 25. We're looking over here at Humberto. We can click on it. It says right here it's a category 2 hurricane. It also has the historic paths and the forecast models. So this is really helpful when I'm zooming in over here. I can see that it's not going to really hit us. It's going to make its way away from the US. So we don't have any assets that are at risk for that. We also have some overlays that you can do on here. We have radar, clouds, day and night, precipitation. We have snowfall, which will be really helpful once it gets a little bit colder right around the corner. And we also have surface temperatures. So the next one I'm going to go into is this little rain cloud. This is where we have our road conditions. After a storm passes, you know that it still affects the road conditions. So we have sensors all over the roads that detect what's going on. So the dry is green, and as you can see, it's wet. This will be really helpful. Also, as it gets colder, we have light frost / snow, ice, and possible closures. And we do have a 48-hour play that we can do that on. We also have live traffic. So when you're zooming in, you can see it gets more granular the more in depth you want to go into a city. That green means low congestion, and that dark red means severe. You're also able to layer on our road cameras with that. We have over 20,000 DOT road cameras. So you just go over here, you can click on it, and it will tell you the location. It also has a timestamp on there. Really helpful if you have a driver in traffic that you need to send over to a customer, be able to just go on here and grab the picture and send it over to them. We also have all of the rail lines. They are color coordinated by the companies. You're able to take whichever one's off and on that you want. And then the next tab, the SONAR Analytics. This is our market volatility. So when you turn this on, The map will go white until you add your volatility index. So we have the outbound volume, outbound rejections, head haul volatility, and tender lead time. And this is a single day measurement in the market and the particular index that you choose. So it really shows you the high highs and the low lows over the past 365 days. The next one I'm going to go into is the freight data. We have a couple different ways that you can change the map regionally. We have the US markets, which is the 135 markets broken out by the 3-digit zip. We also have Canadian, PAD markets, US states, and regions. So when you come down here, you need to turn your Chloroplus settings on and to be able to add any data on here. So we have a bunch of different indexes that you can add on here. I'm just going to put the head haul on here. You can see that. We also have a legend on here to be able to explain to you what's going on. Moving on to the next, I'm going to go over charts. So when you go here to the enter symbol, we just recently added 2 new categories. We have all of our standard categories, but we've also added the 5 most popular rail and intermodal indices and also the 5 most popular trucking indices. So you're able to go on here and scroll through, like the trucking supply and demand is where we have our tender rejections. So we also have a couple different things with the views and displays when you're comparing 2 different indices that have 2 different types of numbers. For instance, a dollar amount to a percentage, you need to make sure you go to your display and hit dual. I'm going to show you an example of that real quick. So just go to displays, hit dual, and it's going to go ahead and they put the dollar amount on the left-hand side and the percentage on the right. So we also have a studies category where you're able to go more in depth with things like moving average, boiler bands, things like that. And we also have our events category where you're able to add the US holidays, Chinese holidays, and put on some of those perishables on that as well. We also have a drawing tool that you're able to use if you wanted to do any call outs or have a trend line or anything like that. You come over here to the left-hand side to select tool, and you'd be able to have a bunch of different tools that you'd be able to choose from. All right, I'm going to move on to the watch list. And this is a really good way for you to be able to view data in a couple different ways. I'm going to add the data by going over to this pencil, manage symbols. It has the same drop-down categories that I explained to you just a second ago in the chart, so you're able to go through drop-downs that way. You're also able to search. And we also have existing lists already populated. So I'm gonna go ahead and select the market outbound lanes for Atlanta. Make sure you hit this use symbol list and then submit. And it's going to populate all those lanes over here. You hit done. It's going to go ahead and name it for you since we chose an existing list. But if you are browsing for yourself or if you just wanted to add your own, please make sure you name that symbol list or you will not be able to populate out to a map. So this is our tree map. So this has the lanes of Atlanta to different locations that we can populate. We don't have every lane, but we do have a good bit. The top left-hand corner is the lane with the highest value. So Atlanta to Toledo is 12.28% rejection, and it's a 219% change. So that change percentage is a large number. The actual value is a smaller number underneath. And then in the bottom right-hand corner is the lowest value. It's Atlanta to San Antonio. The value is 2.8 and it's a 6.1% change. If you click on any of these boxes, it will spawn a chart for you so you can see historically what's going on in that lane. We also have it, you can move it to a standard watch list. So this is going to just give you a list of every single lane. You're able to toggle and filter this. So if you wanted to sort by value, by change, by percent change, you're also able to go in here and filter out the value, the change. You could put values in, the percent change. Heat map is similar to the standard watch list, but it's color coded. So anything that is in green means that there has been a positive change. This muted color means that there has not been a change, and red is a decrease. Again, you're able to toggle these and filter them as well. We also have the ability for you to do this in a scrolling ticker. I'm going to click the show index and granularity descriptions. And it's just going to populate across the top. When you hover over, it's going to stop. And you can also click those and it will spawn a chart. We also have the gauge chart. And this is also able to scroll. So when you're looking at this, it gives you the lane. This big number in the middle is the actual value. This small one is the lowest. And on the right-hand side, we have the highest of the 52-week high and low. We also have the ability to do a market table. So if you want to go under browse, we're going to do the inbound tender volume for all the X markets. And I'm just going to type it in because I can't find it. I'm just going to go up here to the top 5 and just select all of these for the X markets. The outbound tender volume. And I'm going to put the head haul on there as well. So you will need to name this one. I'm just going to put 101. And as you can see, it's going to break these out to the airport code and the index of what they are. So you'll able to see all of these and customize them for whichever way you like. We also have our SONAR video library. We have our featured videos where we store our webinar 101s. So we have one stored from last week. We also have all of our FreightWaves Now videos, and we also have some instructional videos as well. And our analytics tool is our most volatile markets. So you're able to choose certain markets that you want, or if you come down here to the table output options, you're able to just show selected market with volatility exceptions. When you hit save, it's going to bring up all the markets with these 4 indices: outbound volume volatility, outbound rejection volatility, head haul, and tender lead time. They will only populate on this list if one of those 4 indices moves outside of its normal. So this is a good way for you to see the high highs and the low lows, like I showed you on the map, but on a market look. When you're looking at these, you're also able to spawn a graph or chart. Just click on whatever box you want to, so you can actually see why this has been a moderate decrease. So you can see that the outbound volume is decreasing. So if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and put them into the Q&A section. We'll be able to help you with those guys. Help you guys with that. Thank you all for your time today. If you would like a deeper dive into understanding the power of Sonar's datasets, we'd be happy to set you up a dedicated session for you or any other users at your company. Please reach out to our customer success rep at sonarsupport@freightwaves.com, and we'll stay on for a couple more minutes in case you guys have any more questions. Thank you all so much for joining us. Please sign up for tomorrow's 201 with our market expert, Donnie. We're going to be diving deeper into the data. I appreciate you all's time and have a wonderful day.